Hello and welcome to Queen Bee of Crochet. I'm going to show you how to make this lovely granny square today. So stay tuned. Once you've created your magic ring, chain 2 and leave 1 loop on the hook. Single double crochet, pull through 1, leave another 1 on the hook. Do another double crochet, pull through 1 and leave 1 chain on the hook. Pull through all 3 hoops together, chain 2. This makes your first petal. Now we'll do 3 double crochets and pull through only 1 loop at a time, leaving the other one on the hook. At the end of the third double crochet, we should have 4 loops on the hook, and we'll put through all 4 of them together. That's our second petal. Now we chain 4. This becomes our turning chain, and we'll have 4 of these in the first round. After chain 4, we create another petal where we have 3 double crochets with pulling through only 1 chain each time and yarning over and pulling through the 4 chains together. We repeat chain 2 and then chain 4 by creating a petal every time. The chain 4, as I said, helps create your corners. As you see, now we have created 3 corners already. Now time to create the final 2 corners already, and now we're creating the third one with the same pattern. You can continue pulling through the loop to the magic ring to make the circle smaller so it's easier for you to work with. In the last round, slip stitch into the third chain. And now we will pull through the magic ring to make the circle smaller and tighter. Tuck a little. You don't have to be very gentle, so you can just pull through a little with some force, and that's how it looks. And that's your round 1. Let's start round 2. We chain 3. This counts as the first double crochet. Now we're going to double crochet into each chain space of the previous round. So altogether we have 4 double crochets. 1, that's the second one, that's the third one, and there's another one coming up, that's the 4th one. And now we will chain 2. So that's 4 double crochets for every side. Chain 2. This serves as the incremental round, and then in the chain 4 space we create the first petal. And when I say petal, it's 3 double crochets, taking 1 on each loop and 1 on the hook and pulling through all 4 on the hook after that. So we've created our first petal right there, and now we chain 4. Chain 4, and now we create the second petal in the same chain 4 space. So for every chain 4 space, we will create 2 petals. So one petal, again another chain 4, and another petal. So now we have 2 petals, we have a corner, and now we're going to chain 2. That's again going to be our increment for the next round, and we do a double crochet in each of the previous chains, which is 4 chains on this side also. We're almost there. Now at the end we chain 2 and slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the starting chain which we began with, and voila, we have round 2 ready. So that's the front and that's the back. You can see the pattern starting to develop. On the corners you have the petals, which will become more and more obvious as we go through more rounds. So let's start with round number 3. We chain 3 and double crochet in each of the chain spaces of the previous round. In this round we'll have 2 additional double crochets on each side. So the chain 2 space which we created on the last one, we'll have 2 double crochets there, and we've created on both sides. So on every round there would be an increment of 4 double crochets on each side. The next steps are the same. We we chain 2 and then create 1 petal, chain 4, create another petal, chain 2, and continue. We chain 2 and we have our first corner of the next round. Now you can clearly see the petals. Looks really pretty. And we continue doing the double crochet on the other side with 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space of the previous round. 1 and 2. Then we do a double crochet in each of the chain spaces of the previous round. That's, we had 4 of them, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have another incremental stitch on this side. That's 2 more double crochets on the chain 2 space of the previous round. So all in all, in this round we have 4 double crochets plus 4 double crochets of the incremental rounds, so 8 double crochets on each side. And as you can see, we have 4 here and 8 on top. You can see that nice V happening. Again, we chain 2, that's the additional chains for the next round. Create our first petal, that's 3 double crochet, yarn over once, leave the other one on the hook, and do that for 3 times, and then pull through all 4. Chain 4 to create the corner, create another petal, and chain 2 for the increment of the next round, and you continue the exact same way. I'll see you at the end of the round. Now after we've finished all the sides, we started somewhere in the middle of the previous round. So we chain 2 after we finished the first 2 petals and double crochet in the chain 2 space. So we have 2 double crochets there. And once we are done, we slip stitch on the third chain or the third stitch of the first double crochet. And with that, we complete our next round. So now we can see that the petals are showing up now that we have had our 2 rounds. So you can see the nice petal formation happening. You can also see the V's happening on the side because of the incremental double crochets. Well, this is what we're trying to get to, and we still have 2 more rounds to go. And after that, this is how it will look. It will be more prominent, all of the stitches and all of the petals. Alright, without further ado, let's start with the next round. We chain 3, that's the first double crochet. Then in each of the chain spaces, we do a double crochet. So from the previous round, we had 8 double crochets on each side. In this round, we'll have 8 double crochets plus the 4 incremental double crochets. So that's 12 double crochets. So we've started. And now as we approach towards the chain 2 space, that's our incremental double crochet. We do 2 double crochets there. 1, 2, then we do a chain 2. So now you can also see the V happening because of the increment. Now we do the chain 2s, create our first petal in the chain 4 space, chain 4, and create the second petal in the same chain 4 space. Great. Now we do a chain 2. That's the increment for the next stitch. And we continue the same way. I'll see you at the end of the round. And now as we come towards the end, we slip stitch into the last one. And that's what our work looks like. We have one more round to go with the same instructions, chain 3, double crochet in each of them. You can see the nice transition happening on the corners and also the lovely petals which are seen on all of the sides. So one more round, and you can keep going if you like, or you can stop now. It's really up to you. The pattern I'm doing, I want one more round and I will continue the same way. As I said, every row will have 4 more double crochets than the previous one. Alright, I'll see you at the end of the work. And that's a granny square. Hope you liked the video.